Hello, dear students. I am Professor Prakash Rao, M.Com Coordinator, Tunga College, Tirthalli. This is my fifth video. In my last video, I have taken up the topic Ind AS 11 in relation to construction contracts. As you have understood in my previous video, if you have referred it, Ind AS 11 gives guidelines as to how the revenue and costs should be accounted with reference to construction contracts. In the previous video, I have explained one example. Now, I would like to take two more examples. In the screen, you can see that example 2 is given like this. A Limited enters with a customer a 3-year construction contract for rupees 10 lakh. The estimated total costs are rupees 6 lakh. In the year second, the management has revised the estimated cost. The contract, however, remains profitable. The relevant figures are as under. So here it is given that the contract price is 10 lakh and initially the estimated total cost is taken as 6 lakh. However, in the second year, the management expects rise in the cost. So it revises the estimated cost. So details of the contract are given below. Estimated revenue in the first year, that is contract price, is taken as 10 lakh. In the second year and third year, same contract price remains. Estimated total cost, initially it is recognized as 6 lakh. Further, in the second year, it is revised to the extent of 8,50,000, and that remains as cost of the contract as 8,50,000 in the third year as well. The estimated profits in the first year, it is 4 lakh because contract price is 10 lakh. The estimated cost is taken initially as 6 lakh. So the estimated total profit is 4 lakh. In the second year, because of revision in the cost, there is reduction in the profit. The profit is reduced to 1,50,000. In the third year also, the same estimation continues and hence estimated profit remains 1,50,000. In the first year, as the contract progresses, cost incurred till date is given as 3 lakh. In the second year, 6,80,000. In the third year, 8,50,000. It is given that in the first year, 50% of the contract is progressed, and in the second year, 80%, and in the third year, 100% contract is complete. So the cumulative recognition of profit to the profit and loss account, it is calculated in the working note. Estimated revenue into percentage completion as percentage completion method minus cost incurred till date, that is the formula. In the first year, 10 lakh is the contract price. It is given that 50% contract work is complete. So 10 lakh into 50%, that gives 5 lakh minus cost incurred is given as 3 lakh. So 2 lakh is the estimated cumulative profit. In the second year, 80% work is complete. That means the revenue can be taken as 8 lakh. The cost incurred is 6,80,000. That means 1,20,000 is the cumulative profit that can be recognized. In the third year, 100% work is complete. So 10 lakh minus 8,50,000, that is the total estimated cost. That gives us 1,50,000 is the cumulative profit. Now, you are required to show the assets and liabilities in relation to the contract at the end of each year. So that is presented here as follows. The assets and liability end of each year will be computed as under first year, second year, third year. Cost incurred till date as given in the problem, 3 lakh, 6,80,000 and 8,50,000. Cumulative recognized profit as calculated here, first year, second year, third year, 2 lakh, 1,20,000 and 1,50,000. Progress billing. Progress billing means as as the contract progresses, the contractor will submit a bill to get the amount. Here, in the first year, progress billing is taken as 4 lakh. There is an assumption that though 50% work is complete, 1 lakh retention money is assumed. So, billing is taken as, or progress billing is taken as 4 lakh. In the second year, it is given that 8,50,000 is the total estimated cost, so that the bill is made equivalent to the estimated cost. So second year 8,50,000 billing equivalent to cost is assumed, and in the third year, because 100% completion takes place, so the billing, the cumulative billing amounts to rupees 10 lakh. Now to recognize the assets and liabilities at the end of the year, gross amount due from the customer at the end. Amount recognized as an asset equals revenue share as per contract progress minus billing. So here the gross amount due from the customer end is calculated like this. The total contract as percentage basis 50%. So contract price 10 lakh, so 50% means 5 lakh. Out of 5 lakh, 4 lakh only received, that is assumption. 1 lakh retention money is assumed. In the first year 1 lakh retention money is assumed. So 4 lakh is issued and 1 lakh is due. In the second year 80% is complete. So 8 lakh should be taken as revenue. However, it is assumed that in the second year 8,50,000 billing equivalent to cost assumed. That means though 80% is complete, total cost billing is made 8,50,000. That means excess amount received from the customer is rupees 50,000. In the third year, because contract completes 100%, so 10 lakh is the total contract price. Till second year end, 8,50,000 billing is made, so remaining amount is 1,50,000 from the customer. Now the explanation you can see. In the first year, 1 lakh is due from the customer, that is retention money. In the second year, because total billing is made as 8,50,000, excess money received from the customer over and above 80% contract is treated as liability towards the customer. In the second year, there is no asset. It is the excess money received is taken as liability towards the customer. In the third year, 10 lakh cumulative billing is made, and till second year end 8,50,000 billing is made. That means 1,50,000 is due from the customer, that is treated as asset. So in the first year retention money 1 lakh, and in the third year 1,50,000 due from the customer are treated as assets, whereas in the second year 50,000 excess billing is treated as liability towards the customer. Hope you have understood this example. We shall consider another example. Example number 3. A contract to build a bridge across a river is under execution by a firm of contractors. From the following details indicate the relevant disclosure that has to be made by the firm in its accounts for the year ended 31st March 2020 under the relevant Ind AS 11. The information regarding the contract work, that is construction of bridge across river, is given. Contract price 2,000, that means each figure is in lakhs, 2,000 lakhs. Work certified up to 31st March 20, 1,200 lakhs. Work pending certification 480 lakhs. Estimated further cost to complete the contract 520 lakhs. Amounts received from the contract is so far 1,000 lakhs. Amount still to be received 500. So these are the information given. Now we are asked to show the disclosures that has to be made by the firm in its accounts for the year ended 31st March 2020. Before making as to what are the disclosures that should be made, we must calculate the values. The working notes explains this. The first working note, calculation of profit or loss for the year ended 31st March 2020. It is given that total estimated construction cost becomes 2,200 lakhs. That means 1,200 is work certified, 480 till to be certified, that is pending certification, and 520 estimated further cost. So 1,200 plus 480 plus 520 becomes 2,200 would be the total estimated cost of construction. It is given here that 2,000 lakhs will be the total contract price, and hence there would be a loss to the extent of 200 lakhs, total foreseeable loss to be recognized as expense. Here, under Ind AS 11 construction contracts, where it is probable that the total contract cost will exceed the total revenue, the expected loss should be recognized as expense immediately. That means if there is foreseeable loss, that should be accounted in the year in which it is recognized. Working note second explains as to what is the amount of work in progress that should be shown as an asset. Work certified, it is given that 1,200 lakhs. Work not certified, that means certification pending 480, that means totally work done is 1,680 lakhs. This should be taken as work in progress, that is contract expense incurred till 31st March 2020. Work certified plus work uncertified. Then proportion of total contract value recognized as revenue. Under percentage completion method, percentage of completion of contract to total estimated cost of construction. We have calculated the work expenses comes to 1,680 lakhs. Total estimated expense is 2,200. So the proportion, if it is calculated in percentage terms, comes to 76.36%. Now, this percentage is applied on the contract price, revenue to be recognized till date. 76.36% of 2,000 lakhs, that is the contract price, comes to 1,527 lakhs. That is, the revenue to be recognized in the year should be 1,527 lakhs as per completion method, percentage completion method. Now, the fourth working note, amount due from or due to customers, this has to be calculated. Due from customer is shown as asset, due to customer is shown as liability. The formula is contract cost plus recognized profits minus recognized expenses, losses if any. Of this, minus progress payments received, that is amount received from the contractee, plus progress payments to be received, amount to be received from the contractee. Now, as per the information given in the problem, contract cost, total cost 1,680 plus profit, there is no profit here, the contract leads to loss and hence it is taken as nil, minus recognized expenses loss. We have calculated the loss of 200 lakhs. So 1,680 plus nil minus 200, minus out of this cumulative amounts, progress payments received 1,000. It is given in the problem that from contractee 1,000 lakhs is received and amount still to be received 500. So these two, that is 1,680 minus 200 minus 1,500, 1,000 plus 500, 1,000 is already received and 500 to be received. The net amount is 20 lakhs, that means over and above these amounts, that is cost, excess amount is received from the customer, that comes to 20 lakhs. That should be shown as liability. Now, the working calculations as per these workings should be shown as part of disclosures. Contract revenue recognized till 31st March 2020 by percentage completion method. Working note 3, you have to refer working note 3, 1,527 lakhs. Contract expenses incurred till 31st March, that is working note 2, that is work certified and work not yet certified. So total 1,680 lakhs. Then recognized expense, expected losses still recognized as an expense. That means the loss should be recognized as an expense. It is calculated in working note 1, 200 lakhs. So that is shown here. Then gross amount due from the customers, due to customers. That is, we have the contractor has received rupees 20 lakh excess amount. So that should be shown here as 20 lakhs excess amount due. That is, that becomes liability. Then the amount of retention 500 lakhs should be received from the customer, that is as per progress billing, not received from the contractee. That is shown as retention money, that is shown as a liability at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, 500 lakhs is the asset, that is the retention money, 20 lakhs is the excess amount received from the contractee, it becomes the liability. Other than these facts should be disclosed. Contract revenue recognized, contract expenses incurred, and the losses recognized. Hope you have understood the details given in example 3 in relation to Ind AS 11, which gives guidelines for accounting of revenues and costs. Thank you very much.